Carrie McCrory, and I'm the Executive Director here at East Missouri Action Agency.
Sorry, I have my mic off. I'm Nicole Hahn, and I'm the Development Director here at East Missouri Action Agency, but I have held a couple of other, well, one other role prior to this one that really pertain to all of our wraparound services. So that's why you get me today.
Yeah. Okay.
You can go to the next slide. I've already introduced myself, but we are a community action agency that was created in 1965 under the Economic Development or Economic Opportunity Act. We service, if you want to go to the next slide, we service the 8 counties in Southeast Missouri, and we serve about 18,000 individuals a year. Again, we were created in 1965. You will see the map. We are south of St. Louis, but above the Boot Hill. Cape Girardeau is our most southern county, which is the county that is most urban in our communities. Our communities are rural and very rural outside of Cape Girardeau. They have the largest amount of commerce. So, and then our housing authority also serves 4 additional counties. You can move to the next slide. We're going to show you a video that we were able to produce from the Office of Community Services about our project.
Okay.
East Missouri Action Agency has been around for 56 years. We help families achieve self-sufficiency, making sure that they have upward economic mobility through various programs that we offer, as well as we do community revitalization. The 2 counties that we are serving, they're counties of persistent poverty and higher unemployment. We have mostly service industry jobs. Very little higher paying jobs are available in those 2 communities.
Which corner?
Okay.
Because we're a community action agency, the Community Services Block Grant, or CSBG, helps fund our community needs assessment. And through that community needs assessment, we identified affordable housing as a top need, and also people need high quality paying jobs.
This house here with a green roof on it. So that'll be our next project house.
One of the ideas that our strategic planning committee came up with was to develop our own construction company. And we came across CED and said, this is perfect for the CED program. We're creating jobs for low-income people. We're also training them. And then we are building affordable housing in addition to that.
We are a subsidiary of the agency. The agency itself, they purchase the homes, purchase materials to build the homes, and make them available to people.
So braiding CED and CSBG funding, we are able to connect low-income participants through our Community Services Block Grant, or CSBG, to the Community Economic Development funding. We can connect those folks that are low-income directly into those higher-paying jobs for a better life for the beneficiary. The jobs we've created through the Community Economic Development Program, we started the laborers at $15 an hour, which is about $4 above the minimum wage. And then if they're a supervisor, they're making anywhere between $20 and $30 an hour.
So if somebody was to want to come into this program and they want to make a decent wage, and then they get a chance to learn something that they can take on with them through life, we're giving somebody the opportunity to change things.
All yours, Jay.
I'm a single mom of 2, and this has been great. You know, real full-time employment, something that you know that you're going to have tomorrow to come to work at, and that you have good, steady employment with good pay. Because you can go a lot of places and not get good pay, or you can get really good pay and not really know what tomorrow brings. I'm working my dream right now. I'm learning all of this. I don't see myself doing anything else.
Because we're a community action agency, we're able to provide wraparound services to the beneficiaries, and that eliminates some barriers that they may face, such as lack of transportation, childcare, so we can wrap those services around and help them and make them more successful.
On this particular block, we bought several properties here, and because most of this is run down, and the ones who do still live here, their property values suffer from it. So if we can come in and get rid of all the bad stuff, put new housing, but also raises the property values for the residents who already live in this area. And that's another big benefit to the program.
Projects like this are important because it builds up the community around them. Having a high ownership percentage here is super important to us as well. It means that we have somebody who's going to be stable and who's going to live here for a long time instead of maybe just a year commitment to an apartment.
The great thing about making sure we're energy efficient in the beginning and making it affordable for the homeowner.
One of my greatest benefits from doing this program is the fact of knowing that somebody who doesn't have the money to go spend $200,000-$300,000 on a house can come in and buy a very high energy efficient home at the rate that they can afford. And that's a great feeling to have.
You know, when you're working with someone who is living on the street and you can get them into safe, affordable housing, that's huge. We change people's lives. Thank you all very much. East Missouri Action Agency's vision and mission, if you want to move to that slide, our vision is communities where everyone's potential to thrive is unlimited by community conditions. And our mission is cultivating communities of opportunity and supports people in reaching their highest potential. And so one of the reasons that we have this project is because we want to work on our mission. We want to achieve our mission. Sorry, couldn't get that out. So Nicole's going to talk to you about our community barriers and our data, how we came up with this project.
So every 3 years as a community action agency and part of our community services block grant, we do a community needs assessment. And that community needs assessment is both qualitative and quantitative data. And we pull data from the national census, from national partners, based on our 8-county service area. And we really do a deep dive into the numbers and what's happening and what do we see happening that we need to make sure our programs are responding to. The qualitative part of that is a survey that we send out to our community members as well as our community partners, and we ask them to let us know the needs that they're seeing or what's happening for them in their lives. And on top of that, we hold community listening sessions where both our partners and our customers and clients come in and we have in-depth conversation about the areas of need and what they're seeing so that we have a better understanding. And that's what makes Community Services Block Grant so unique, because we literally have the flexible dollars through CSBG to respond to our community's needs. And so you can see there in the bottom right-hand corner that in 2023, 3 of the areas that CED addressed, housing, income, and employment, are still 3 barriers that our communities are facing. And these are the top 4 for us out of about 7 different issue areas. If you wanted to see the whole thing or see how our community needs assessment reads out, you can scan that QR code to learn more. But it's really a process of hearing and listening to our community as well as understanding the needs our community has through quantitative data. And so if you would move on to the next slide, this will give you a picture of the communities that East Missouri Action Agency serves. And so in our catchment area, we have about 15% of our households that do live in poverty. and about 14% of people who are considered to be in poverty, which for us at the time actually was 125% of the federal poverty level. Exciting news, Missouri just upped that to 200% as of July 1st. And so we are excited to be able to serve a larger population to prevent cliff effect that happens for those who rely on our services. You can see here our projects currently are mostly in St. Francis County. CED could serve Washington and Madison County, and so St. Francis County is one of our top 3 counties that does have one of the highest average poverty levels that we serve. So if you would move to the next data slide. We take into account all of the data that comes back. And so you can see here that the average median income for a household in our catchment area is around $52,000. We have about 15,700 households who receive SNAP benefits. Of the households in our service area, 30% of them are at 30% are at or below 30% of the federal poverty level. Carrie in that video mentioned that we're new foundation staff start off around $15 an hour. For one person, the median living wage in our service area is right now about $14.83. So we're just a tad bit over that. Towards the bottom, you have more of that qualitative data that we got back from the survey. So 49% of the people who filled out our community needs assessment survey said that they rely on supplemental supports to ensure that they're able to take care of their family's needs. 48% of those surveyed indicated that jobs didn't pay enough to support their family without assistance. And 63% of individuals surveyed indicated that there wasn't a chance for advancement. As Carrie said, we are a very rural service area with the exception of Cape Girardeau. Living wage jobs are something that all of our communities lack. And many of our clients and our service area also lack transportation. And so being able to get to your job is difficult. And oftentimes to get that living wage job that you need to support your family with benefits, there are people who are sometimes driving all the way to St. Louis or right around the outskirts so that they can have that living wage job that they need to provide for their family. Go ahead and move forward.
So out of that data is where we created the new foundation's construction. We got a $325,000 community economic development grant, and we made an investment of $25,000. So we are beautifying our neighborhoods, but most importantly, we're providing quality and quantity, increasing the quantity and quality of the employment opportunities. You can move to the next slide. These are some of our outcomes so far. Currently, we've completed 4 new builds and 2 renovations. We've employed 10 people with full-time benefits. We do have a program manager that has 20 plus years in the construction trade. We also contract for weatherization services and our housing preservation grant through USDA. And we have expanded to bidding on private residential jobs such as HVAC or bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, those kinds of things. You can move to the next slide.
So at East Missouri Action Agency, our clients have a journey. And so they come into our office and we do an intake and assessment, and we talk to them and learn about their needs and then try to refer them to programs and services. And so when New Foundations was a program that we onboarded, if somebody was looking for a job to enhance their skills or was going through our Skill Up program, we'd be able to refer them to the CED program. But then also those who were part of that program are also able to be referred to our services. So I'll talk a little bit about our programs and services that we offer as a whole with our agency that we wrap around our clients and customers. If you'd move to the next slide. So our community services department has probably the widest range of services that they provide to those who may need utility assistance, are seeking job skills, maybe they need emergency food or shelter. And so the programs that you see down here at the bottom include things like Skill Up for those who are on TANF or food stamps. Our MHDC programs can help with emergency shelter. We do have a shelter here, as you see there on the slide in St. Francis County. It currently is an emergency shelter during the winter and a day shelter the rest of the year. And then we also have really coordinated services within the other departments. So it's not just the community services programs that we offer, but we also can wrap around to those individuals and families the other programs the agency has. And so those are listed on the next slide, if you don't mind. So Head Start serves families who are low income and have children ages 3 to 5. And then our housing department provides rental assistance through Section 8 programs, but then we also have a variety of different voucher programs that work with veterans, those who are homeless, as well as those who need housing that may have different abilities. Our weatherization program goes out into our communities, all 8 of our communities, and works on weatherizing homes. And so New Foundations and weatherization actually have a partnership that Carrie's going to talk about here in a minute. But weatherization goes out and helps people bring down their energy bills by replacing windows, insulation, doors, and whatever else that they might need. And then if you'll move to the next slide. We also have a women's wellness program. Women's wellness provides reproductive health for both men and women, as well as supporting families in their journey to having their first kid and what that might look like for them. And so women's wellness is a program that many families take advantage of because we're also able to offer that on a sliding scale rate. And so the next program you see there is CED. CEDS is a small business development loan arm of the agency. And so CEDS provides training and technical assistance to businesses where they can come in and take a look at their business plan. They can help them walk through it, help them look at a budget, and then provide small loans to them. That also creates jobs within the community. And so Carrie will share as well, but one of the CED employees through New Foundations actually went on to start their own construction company. And had they chosen, they could have touched base with CEDS to learn more. As we all know, and as we heard Mel Trotter talk about, community partners are crucial to the work that we do in order to support our programs and services. And so EMAA specifically partnered with DSS, our career center, and they would refer people to apply for New Foundations. We also partnered with Unitech, which is our local career center. They've offered HVAC classes as well as other technical trainings, anything that was job specific to New Foundations. And then we have over 50 plus local partners that we work with in a variety of ways that if somebody had needed other supports outside of East Missouri Action Agency, we could have referred them to those supports as well. And our goal is that when we are working with somebody who may need some assistance, that we're able to take not just one of our programs, but all of our programs and wrap them around that individual or family and help move them into upward economic mobility.
So we're about at a stopping point, Carrie. If you could do the final slide to wrap us up here. If we have any further slides and we don't have any questions, we'll swing on back to y'all. But we want to make sure we have a chance for our audience here to ask you any questions as well as the other groups. So thank you very much.
Sure. So the words of wisdom that we have is really have a concrete idea before the announcement comes out. Know your service area, the demographics and the barrier. You need to hire a quality grant writer. And then have that business plan fully developed. And then, of course, expect unexpected events to happen. We had a few things that happened. We had a delay in hiring a program manager. As you all well know, it's hard to hire these days. But anyway, we thank you for letting us present today, and thank CED and the Office of Community Services.